Game on Fighting Spirit. Let's get into it. Game number 1, here we go. Alright, so in the top left-hand corner, as the purple Zerg, with a pretty nice split, we have Selavir's CadenZie. And in the bottom right-hand corner, rocking the barcode of anonymity. Wow, I just butchered the pronunciation of that word. We're just going to ignore that and gloss over it. We have ToSsGirL, the OG best female player against the current best female player, but now that's being challenged. Let's see how ToSsGirl is looking here after a couple days of returning to streaming. Now, I don't know how long she played before returning to stream, but she's back. We're here. Let's see what happens. Of course, we are sit cross spawns on Fighting Spirit. Not a bad place to be. You are correct, sir. 45 minutes till the start. We're just casting a little bit of CadenZie versus ToSsGirl while we wait. But yeah, we got delay. So we're basically going to cast MPL, and then we're not really going to get a chance to sleep. And so we're really going to be burning the Midnight Owl, and then we're going to cast PSL Hasu League. And then I'm probably going to fall into my bed and just nap and sleep for 24 hours straight, because my body has no clue what's going on between final studying and other things. Oh my gosh. Yeah, no idea. I've stayed up 24 hours once already. I've had nights where I've gone to bed at 8 or 9. I've had nights where I've gone to bed at noon or midnight. I've had nights where I've gone to bed at not at all, like at 6 a.m. after the casts. Like, my body is just hopelessly confused. I was amazed I didn't just, like, die in my gym session yesterday. Anyway, ToSsGirl is going to be scouting incorrectly, as is CadenZie. No surprises, because we are cross-map and nobody's doing proxy check type scouts. Of course, CadenZie's opted to 12 hatch, and we see she's going to get a pool on 12 here. So, one of those variants of how fast you get the pool. It is not the variant that Scan published on TL. It's one drone less. Scan published a very nice, popular, we call it the optimized 3-hatch build guide that involved a pool on 13, and then a gas, or then a hatch on 14, and a gas on 13 after that. And it is very nice. It really does give you a good economy with more or less the same meter timing. Obviously slightly less potential against the BBS, but BBS is hard to hold anyway. Oh, now CadenZie's going to try to... Oh, trying to get a hit off on that Marine. Cute. She does see the SCV coming out. She will not be able to confirm 100% the command center has been placed. But I think she'll just infer it and feel pretty comfortable about what's going on. ToSsGirl, of course, is not faking anything here. She's just got one barracks. She's got no gas, so we're not going to be seeing Reisu or, you know... Oh, actually, CadenZie's going to play 2-hatch. And we're not going to see Wraiths or 1-1-1 or anything like that. So we're going to have 2-hatch later here from CadenZie. And ToSsGirl is getting up that CC and adding a supply depot. Now, from what I understand, ToSsGirl is back at S rank, or is at S rank, or however you want to look at it, already. And I believe CadenZie has come close and maybe touched S. I'm trying to remember, but I don't think she's consistently holding S. So from a ladder standpoint, that might mean that ToSsGirl is already a little bit favored. We're just going to see here. And of course it is ZVT, and, you know, there's that whole the unintentional blocking denial. So a creep colony going up here for CadenZie, which is interesting. I'm honestly not sure what's prompting that. That's unusual to see for 2-hatch play, because usually you're going to make some blings, get speed. She's obviously going for Spire because there's no Hider Den. And then you just surround the Marines, and you're happy to make a few extra links, because you'll usually use them for pressure. And CadenZie's a little too focused on that SCV, so a bit of an early mistake there for CadenZie. That's not going to thrill her that happened. She does have the sunken, so scouting is throat/denied here for ToSsGirl. Nice little optimized Spire positioning there, getting that gas mining crisp as can be. Meanwhile, ToSsGirl working off 2 racks, getting that academy up. Now we see no eBay, so ToSsGirl is really going old school. I was a little bit slow on the stem. Not like painfully slow, but a little slow to research the stem, so that's gonna be nice for CadenZie. She'll have those Muta out just a little bit faster. CadenZie is CadenZie. You guys should know. At least, well, actually, I guess Koreans probably know her too now. I was gonna say, but foreign people should know her from her threads and her posts, and just generally being around in the community. She's one of the strongest female gamers in the world at the moment in Brood War. And unfortunately, I can't read Korean, so I don't know what you said to me. But if CadenZie wants to answer or translate, or anyone else wants to, that is wonderful. And oh man, this is a pretty nice win for ToSsGirl, as ToSsGirl is focusing out. Okay, well, at least CadenZie's able to cancel those, but that's rather disruptive to CadenZie here, trying to make these Muta. So ToSsGirl's got her playing pretty defensively and carefully. There's a bunker at the front here. Now turrets are just now starting. Very nice, crisp turret timing here for ToSsGirl. Actually, probably just a few more turrets than you need right away. Usually you just need 1, maybe 2 starting in each mineral line the second those Muta are out. So they're a little bit on the early side, a little bit on the defensive side here for ToSsGirl, which is a nice win. And let's see, does CadenZie care enough? Nope. SCV is going to get trapped. No, not quite trapped. And Zoe will be picking that off here shortly. And now we've got 4 turrets up, so ToSsGirl taking this very seriously. Actually, her main is, she's taking it not that seriously in her main, so that is perhaps more the weak point. And we can see with all the turrets in the natural, ToSsGirl starting her initial Marine Medic defense in the main, so that's working out fairly well for her. CadenZie hits over there, but there's plenty of Marine Medic out. Range is just about to finish, so that's not too bad on the timing here, but of course that little window where CadenZie has range and ToSsGirl doesn't now completely over. So it's just going to come down to some control here. We see CadenZie is taking a 3rd base behind this, so she will be getting access to another gas, and she's already added a 3rd hatchery, so this is some kind of macro-oriented 2-hatch play, and CadenZie just trying to force out stims here right now. Doesn't have enough Muta to really make it worthwhile to engage the turrets. Now let's see if she's switching. So yeah, we are going to do a lurker tech switch behind this. This is not going to be a committal towards Muta harassment, and lots of turrets here at the natural for ToSsGirl. ToSsGirl's is like, no, I don't really want you to harass me here. I'm willing to take a cut in my M&M numbers and stuff for you just not to be here. I don't want to worry about it. And quite a few turrets up in the main now as well for ToSsGirl. 2 and 2. And let's see, that is, whoa, wait, okay, we're going to have double starport vessels coming up here. Presumably we're not going to go into race or double starport Valkyries. That would be odd, to say the least. And Muta flying in here, going to get off a shot or 2 on the turret, but not enough to kill it, and CadenZie not quite able to juke and jive out of range, and now ToSsGirl's Marines in perfect position. Although this turret might burn down, actually nope, ToSsGirl is on top of it, so gets an SCV over there on the repair. A lot of lings outside the front here for CadenZie. And we can see she added a few drones, getting the Hydra headed over towards the base. Towards the 3rd base, rather. The base is not very specific. And going to Queen's Nest, so fairly quick hive. But the vessel timing is going to be pretty good here for ToSsGirl. But of course, no tank, so there's not this dangerous... Oh, CadenZie, that's not a place to stop your Muta. So there's not going to be this super dangerous like pre-hive timing with tanks that can just kill you, but there will be enough vessels out fairly early to be rather problematic. You know, 2 or 3 irradiates thrown down here, and there's only 2 or 3 lurkers holding on. That's tricky. And so CadenZie has not really been able to harass or do much damage. So the Marine Medic count is pretty large here from ToSsGirl, and that's going to be the pressing issue at the moment. Of course, if CadenZie starts picking off Marines like crazy at the back like this, well, let's just say that's a nice start. She whittles down 4 or 5 from that group now. Unfortunately loses a Muta right there. But still, that is an okay start from CadenZie. 4th barracks going up for ToSsGirl, and there is a factory out, but that of course is just for access to SV tech. And making a few more drones at that 3rd base, on our way almost to hive here. But ToSsGirl is more or less just going to chill here. She's relying completely on lurkers to defend. The 2 lurkers here, egg at the bottom will delay the Marines from running up, and then she can run and have 3 here. But in meanwhile, we're going to have a bit of a counter, and oh no, the bunker's already fully garrisoned, never mind. And so picks off a few more Marine and Medic at the front. So CadenZie is keeping the size here of ToSsGirl's first force from growing, and this lurker gets attacked, but CadenZie quickly pulls it back, and going to do that nice stacked burrow. Of course, if you guys use this burrowing schematic, it makes it a little harder for the vessels, simply because you can't actually click on the lurkers you want to irradiate, so you kind of have to irradiate those lurkers one at a time. No, you didn't miss any. You didn't miss any games. We are delayed, so you are all good. Yeah, these are CadenZie versus ToSsGirl replays that we are casting during the 1 hour delay. Oh, CadenZie surprised by this group of Marine and Medic here. She actually has enough to engage it though. So she's going to try to collect her Zerglings and circle back with the meter, or maybe not. Maybe not. Okay, so now the vessels are here, and we can see one of those has been irradiated, and there better be more Hydra making behind this, or this is going to be rough here for CadenZie, or she needs to like Scourge or do something, because now, well, now it's breakable. It's just 1 lurker. That's not enough to insta-kill. Now CadenZie's ready here for the defense. She goes in. Oh, slightly misjudges it, but the Meta are coming forward here, trying to help use the Meta to deny this, and doing an okay job of it so far, but the Meta count just not high enough, but a few good shots from the Meta go down, and that's only going to leave 5 or 6 Marine and Medic left. That's enough, though. I think CadenZie's going to be losing her 3rd base. Well, the Nidus is about to finish. This is going to be some razor-thin margins here. ToSsGirl just immediately goes for the gas. That's not terrible. CadenZie ought to be able to hold here, unless we have some crazy good micro from ToSsGirl. It's actually not off to a bad start, but enough Lings here will finish off those Marines and Medic, and going to force them behind the mineral lines, but they are getting picked off. So for the moment, the 3rd base is held, but we've got some drop action in the natural double drop ship. Although that's not very many Marine and Medic unloaded from a double drop. Now, it doesn't look like that many drones died, but there's not many in the natural. I hope there's not many in the main. That's what I was seeing that was weird. So, yeah, that's not looking promising at all for CadenZie, because that economy is an economy in tatters. She is getting out her consume, but with an economy hurting like that, we're going to have to go back at the end of the replay and see if a lot of drones died there, or if she was just playing off a very, very lean economy. That's definitely a possibility with 2 Mean. I mean, we saw 3 kills there, which is, you know, that's significant when your economy looks like this, but it didn't look like there was just an absolute drone barbecue going on here at the natural. Alright, so CadenZie with a decent counter here of... Actually, no, she's going to stay back on with the lurkers. She's going to spot these double drops with her Lings if she's paying attention. She's got double pairs of Scourge. Oh, she's short 1 pair of Scourge, though. That's going to be very frustrating for her, honestly. But I don't know if she's paying attention, because there's action in both places of the map here. And, oh, no, not paying attention. So I guess she didn't see those with the Lings. And this looks like a pretty fatal blow, in all honesty. There's a bunch of irradiates over here. Weak economy. Actually, CadenZie is able to move lurkers into the mineral line, so she might clean up this drop for the moment, but all 3 lurkers are getting irradiated. Now, there's 1 in the mineral line. There is a Sunken here to help defend. These dropships are about to get scourged here as much as possible. Ling's right on top of that, so this drop is queued and just gets massacred, but Marine and Medic coming up the ramp, and CadenZie forced to call GG. So pretty solid game 1 there from ToSsGirl taking out CadenZie, and I just want to see the damage this dropship dealt, or perhaps didn't deal. Okay, her mineral line was not that saturated to begin with. Let's see. Okay, I think we got more kills than what we saw. Yeah, some of the blood had already died, so that was a pretty devastating drop, unfortunately. The distraction of trying to save your 3rd a little too much. The most exciting game of the year, most hyped game of the year was Kix versus Jordaddy. Jordaddy, kind of a famous foreign gamer for personality reasons. Think something akin to Terror. Alright, so in the bottom right-hand corner here, as our orange Zerg, we have Silver's CadenZie. And in the top right-hand corner, coming back just a little too late to be on the team for MPL, we have the teamless barcode Wonder Woman here, ToSsGirl. more or less known as the strongest female gamer of all time. She was a long-time pro gamer. Never made it really to the A team, was never like super strong, but still a lot of team house experience, a lot of practice, a lot of time playing Brood War. You know, she did have at least 1 or 2 professional wins, and I believe she is back at S rank now on the ladder. So definitely coming back to upset all the female gamers, the hierarchy here. And it's going to really require a nice jump, it looks like, especially from the quality of that game 1, if CadenZie and Aegon and Darren and our other top female players are going to keep up with the new benchmark here. But we'll see how this game goes, and if CadenZie can make some alterations here, or just was having an off game there on Fighting Spirit. So we'll see what goes down. Got Supply Depot finishing up. No surprises there. CadenZie is actually a supply ahead of ToSsGirL. That's odd. I was like looking on the map. I was like, is there something going on? Did ToSsGirL like do something weird? This actually is very weird. I mean, I guess she hasn't made a hatch yet, but it's still weird that she's slightly ahead in supply. So ToSsGirL did something weird with her build or whatever, because she's like slightly behind in SCV count. And sending out a ESCV, and both players are going to scout in the incorrect direction there. CadenZie for obvious reasons, because the Overlord's going to be coming up here, so drone is headed the other way, and ToSsGirL just by pure random chance. Actually kind of a surprise, ToSsGirL didn't come down here and do this scout. The circuit breaker was used in Progaze. You'd think ToSsGirL would know about the little hook check where you send an STV down here, check for the Overlord, and then you know where to go. But clearly she doesn't know or doesn't care about that. Hey, Korean name person with the cute little Afrika icons. Hello, hello. Watch the SCV juke the hell out of my Overlord? What? I might have already missed that. Like, was it trying to, like, really avoid your Overlord scouting path or something? Alright, so this Overlord has been seen. The Marines are wanting... Oh, no! This Overlord is gonna get fucked. Poor Overlord. I don't think CadenZie's gonna save this, not with 2 here. Well, actually, this one's kind of far away. Come on. Come on, don't let this early Overlord die. That's a lot of damage. We can see CadenZie is opting for 3 hatch play this time if we check the mini-map. Come on, Overlord. I believe, but I don't really believe. You're dead as fuck. Bye-bye. Alright, so that is really sad days for CadenZie. Now, it happened for long enough that she should be she's not double overlording. CadenZie is going to be facing a legendary... Well, okay, never mind. She's at 15. Not quite that legendary of the supply block, but she does basically need to start another Overlord right away, and she does. But still, that's a frustrating supply block. Early 100 mineral loss, not the greatest. And you can see ToSsGirL is now well ahead in supply. And in comes this lane. CadenZie's reactions here a bit sharper, and she's actually going to sneak this guy around. Marine is going to be spawning, but CadenZie ought to be able to get some intel out of this, especially because that is on a move command to the rally point. ToSsGirL not reacting quick enough. And she is... Okay, she's sending 2 Marines back to deal with this guy. She's going to see... CadenZie's going to see the eBay and what looks to be more or less a +1/5 racks coming out here from ToSsGirl. And, boy, oh, so a little sloppy here from ToSsGirl, losing that Marine. Gonna have to send 1 more back now, or wait to deal with this Zergling, but I guess it's low enough on health that ToSsGirl's just like, you know what, if you attack me, I don't care. Wow, so actually enough to force out a Sunken for CadenZie. Interesting choice. Usually when Marines are walking across the map, it's more popular just to make a few lings and kill that off, but CadenZie has not opted for that choice today, and that ling of hers finally dies here in the main. Second gas on the way. And the lair is done. The Spire should be going down here. That is a pretty crisp Spire timing, though. Even if she wasn't able to put it down right away, she did get her lair up very quickly. And getting 2 barracks. Let's see, Academy started here for ToSsGirl, and 2 lings at the front here for CadenZie, just probing, checking things out. Maybe looking for an opening to come here and harass, but ToSsGirl has her Marines quite well positioned to deal with this. So these Lings are not coming in and getting anything done, so we're just going to head towards Muta here for CadenZie. And we shouldn't really see ToSsGirL pushing out or doing anything intimidating because, well, she's just focused on her tech. She's a long way from stim, long way from range, pretty weak Marines right now. So it's the defensive, be safe time of the game for her. CadenZie building up her last few drones here before she starts to save larva. She might not be able to pop all 9 mutas right at once. And she's thinking about it, trying to make ToSsGirL a little uncomfortable here. Like, I'm running these Lings around, I'm trying to draw you away. What if I come in here with like 20 more Lings? Go for the kill, and the barracks explosion here from ToSsGirL. Stim is started in the academy, and ToSsGirL here is going to poke out. I don't think she's actually going to walk out on the map. That would be really freaking ballsy, especially since he hasn't had scanners. It's been a while since there's been SV on the map. But CadenZie is looking for that opportunity to run in, be distracting, and yeah, ToSsGirl is just going to clear those Lings on the front. This is a bold move from ToSsGirl, in all honesty. Like, if CadenZie was just sitting with quite a few Lings out here, this could get surrounded, and CadenZie finds a nice opening there, picks off a Marine. You know, there's not too much else going on at this stage of the game, so that's a nice pickoff. Scan goes down, sees the Morphing Muta, turrets are on the way. Ooh. ToSsGirl's Academy timing here is a bit late. CadenZie, yeah, her upgrades are a bit behind. CadenZie is going to have a little bit of a window here. She might be able to pick off this group pretty quickly. There's no range. Now, she probably won't engage it because she's not expecting there to be no range. But if she does get a fight here, her mutas have this remaining window where they can be very effective. Oh man, it's a shame CadenZie doesn't know about that. She could just rip this apart right now. Okay, nice mini-map usage there. Is able to pull everything back. Now, the range is about to finish, but there's still a nice timing here where CadenZie ought to be able to get some good hits off, but that time is about to end. It looks like she's not going to get that fight going right before then. She's doing a pretty good job, though, getting all these Lings together, not losing them to this ball in the middle of the map. That is tricky to do just right. Looks like... Does she have a drone heading over yet? No drone coming over. And I think it's almost like she wants to come around and counter, pick off these reinforcements from the back, so our Muta are going to find a win there. Range is done for ToSsGirl, but this is a nice find here. Finds these Marines all separate from the medics. And now the Ling's coming in here and just going immediately for the surround. She's got it away from the medics. Well, now that's the way you want to start a game as a Zerg. Much better control there and patience from CadenZie. And she just completely rips apart that little task force there from ToSsGirl, which gives her complete map control, and she can breathe a comfortable sigh of relief. Has her lurkers on the way, going very nicely to Hive. ToSsGirl only just now starting a factory, so going to be absolutely no timing windows here for CadenZie. She's picked off the SCVs building the turret here. This one is in the process of burning down. Muta Micro alone will probably just... okay, can't quite bring it down. But again, long time away from tech and not many Marines out on the map there after that drubbing received by ToSsGirl, and even all the Lings are still alive, so CadenZie free to drone or really do whatever she wants. Got a few Hydralisks heading over to this base, picking off that SCV. Third base goes up. There's one thing you could maybe say isn't like 100% optimum here for CadenZie. It's the third base could have been a bit faster, but she's comfortable on the map right now. It's not this time where Terran has this scary army out on the map. Although ToSsGirl, of course, has re-macroed. Now, one medic is that's a bit of an issue here. Yeah, she's adding a few more meds, but moving out with a one-med army. CadenZie slightly out of position. That was a bold, very bold move from ToSsGirl. But now the Lings go in, and remember, it's one medic. That's not a lot of healing. That's not a lot of healing, and she does kill probably half that force. ToSsGirl will get an Overlord here in the center of the map, but CadenZie is pretty well on top of it. Well, losing 2 Overlords now. This is actually starting to become a bit of an issue. That's a lot of Overlords to lose, and CadenZie coming, or ToSsGirl coming across the map. CadenZie, though, should have her lurkers. What? Oh, okay, there we go. And whoa, Muta accidentally flying over that. That was, whoa, that's a very, we're going for some hold lurker. She's got to pull the trigger, though. She's got the fight in the perfect spot. There we go. Hold lurker going off, obliterating that group of Marine and medic, getting some beautiful mileage out of those, and now just going to go up the ramp. So nice tactics there by CadenZie. We got the double drop on the way as the science facility is not done yet. Now that's not a bad option here. When you know Zerg is pinned back, maybe a little bit thin on economy. CadenZie has made a lot of units here. and relying on just lurks in a few key places to defend. So if this double drop gets in, it will just absolutely, it'll kill this base if ToSsGirL comes here. And in the main base, there's not a lot being kept back, and it's basically all going to come down to Scourges. And she does finally have Scourge out now, but those Scourge have to be in the right position at the wrong time. Like if this drop gets in, it's going to be crazy damaging. The dropships are out and coming here with the army. It almost feels like I'm watching an SC2 game right now with these dropships hovering over the army. Those, I don't know what you call them, the medical dropships or whatever. Of course, these dropships are not loaded, so it looks like the third base is going to get dropped. CadenZie is adding a Nidus and a creep. Well, if the Nidus finishes, then maybe theoretically she could defend, but she's not in position right now with the Scourge, and I don't think she knows about the dropships. She hasn't had anything, and they haven't pathed over any of the Oilers. Well, she might be able to kill one if she's paying attention. Ooh, this is going to be so tight, though. I think these medics are going to provide enough cover that at least one of these dropships can get down, and that's enough. So the drop is going to get in 100%. Stuff needs to pop through this Nidus Canal. Defiler might work. If these lurkers burrow immediately, Defiler doesn't have consume. Oh, no, but there is a sunken here. So the defense by CadenZie is clutch, and it's there for the moment. Lurkers are still brought at the front. Oh, my God. Okay, well, ToSsGirL was paying attention to that, so we can determine this game is not a 1500 game, because a 1500 game, those would have all just died. A little better than that, but army continuing to pour out for ToSsGirL, and a third command center going up. Heavy, of course, into that vessel production now. No sign of extra factories, though, so we're going to go SK Terran. That's become pretty common on Circuit Breaker. The mech switch no longer a popular thing on this particular map. Players finding it too hard to really get into that tank vessel composition. Oh, okay, well, that one wasn't being microed, so I was able to get down 2 lurkers at the front, picked off those were probably intended to be hold lurkers. Oh my god, CadenZie desperately needs a defiler here, though. 2 lurkers, like, if this is well microed, ToSsGirL can just kill this. And of course, there's a Radiates coming. CadenZie needs units really, really bad. Scourge coming in, but nothing to support them. A few more lurkers are coming down. That's good. They're probably being pulled here from the Nidus, trying to burrow them right on top of each other, but unfortunately, ToSsGirL hits the Irradiates beforehand, so I don't know. There's going to be 1 lurker left, but that's a lot of Irradiate muscle here. And 13, 13, 52, and 2 of them are getting close to having some more Irradiates. Swarm goes up, though, so this should shut down any aggression from ToSsGirL for the moment. But look at that supply lead for ToSsGirL. That's really quite a lot, and just pouring out the Marines now. CadenZie's macro slipping just a little bit. ToSsGirL keeping it a bit tighter, which is very difficult to do with SK Terran. And we can see, concerningly too, there's quite a difference right now in the late game APM of these 2 players. You know, ToSsGirL is clipping along at 300, and if she doesn't just cycle like mad, that's a pretty intimidating amount of APM, especially in a matchup like TDZ, where it just relies on constantly moving around with your army. Now, CadenZie's hit a nice play here. She will be able to clean that up. Will she save the Defiler? Maybe, maybe not. Not quite enough links here, so that Defiler might die. And of course now the Vessel Cloud here, having irradiate all of these, so we're going to go up the ramp, but the Defiler is in position here. Another Lurker is being brought up. CadenZie doesn't have her energy upgrade, so she can't Plague plus Swarm quite yet. And meanwhile, ToSsGirL, just with all this aggression at both bases here, what do we have going on here? A Plague coming forward? No, just a Dark Swarm, unfortunately. A Plague on these vessels would have been beautiful, but doesn't hit it. And CadenZie is having a difficult time coming down here and taking her next base against this Vessel Cloud. There's a pretty good Plague, though. Now that just became a very softened up army. Dark Swarm goes down. That's going to allow quite a few of those Marines to be picked off, so that is nice for CadenZie. But she needs to bring down a Lurker, bring some stuff over here to clean this up. And of course, there's this issue of this large Vessel Cloud. And the fact that ToSsGirL is close to double supply. Swinging around with the vessels. Are there any Scourge in here chasing? There's one. Okay, now there's a few Scourge. Very isolated vessels. So yeah, CadenZie is going to thin the vessel count a little bit now to see that this one can be picked off. There's a nice Plague. Unfortunately, this one doesn't quite get hit, but that was a pretty big win there for CadenZie. But there is this double drop coming into the main base, and there's 0 things in the main right now. Marine medic unloading now. How is ToSsGirL going to micro this? What she's going to pick off now? We've got ultras out here a little bit, so those two ultras should be able to clean that up. But at the same time, there is aggression here and a drop here. This is, I mean, you know, if you guys play Zerg, this is incredible amounts of multitask right now for CadenZie to try to keep up with. I think she probably just can't manage the drop, so she's going to take quite a bit of damage in the main. There is one lurker here, although ToSsGirL is having difficulty managing on both fronts as well, and she's kind of carelessly losing her drop, and loses most of the army there. A few more Scourge are out, so we're going to finish off the last of these vessels, and a few Ultra are out to clean up these Marines. Now the loss of that Evo chamber is going to be felt for sure, because CadenZie is stuck at 1-1, and ToSsGirl is already at 2-2, so CadenZie's Lings are going to become very, very weak, and her Ultras are going to be pretty squishy. So this upgrade advantage for someone going Ultras against SK Terran is going to be a really big deal. CadenZie's basically just going to need money plagues for the next few minutes, and of course needs to get those Evo chambers back up like ASAP. Because when your Lings start only doing, you know, 3 or 4 damage a shot, and another dropship into the back here, the economy of CadenZie getting thinned, and yeah, these squishy Ultras just can't get back here at this. Needs to bring the Defiler back and throw up a swarm to clean this up. I don't know what these guys are doing in the center of the map, but actually they're doing work, because ToSsGirl is on a move command here. These Lings are actually on hold position, what? No, maybe not. They just didn't chase after these Marines that much. And ToSsGirl going up to 5 bases, quite a few here. A Radiate coming from the vessel onto the Defiler. And this drop, of course, still alive back here. CadenZie now at about half supply and just kind of slowly starting to bleed out. ToSsGirl with about 5 bases. CadenZie's like, well, upgrades, I don't have enough. GG. ToSsGirl takes that game as well, so a